And today we are hosting another AMA, and this time with the much awaited and very interesting metaverse game, The Neighbors. We are all looking forward to what The Neighbors is all about, and in fact, we've been waiting for this AMA the entire week. So if you stick around further, we have a Q&A session later on with the speaker so they could address the queries that you have about this metaverse game. And we will be giving away 50 whitelists from Playground Zero and 2 meta donuts from The Neighbors. So good luck, have fun, and we will get started. Allow me to introduce to you our speaker for today. She is already seasoned and working on Web3 metaverse projects with around 5 years experience as a growth head. Currently, she is working with The Neighbors as their CMO. Everyone, I am so pleased to introduce Mika. Say hi to her. Hi, Mika.
Hi guys, nice to be here. Hello.
It's our pleasure as well to have you on board. I'm sure that The Neighbors has been doing back-to-back AMAs and promotions, so your schedule might be a bit tight. We're glad that you're on board for this AMA with us here at Playground.
Yeah, thank you so much. We really do look forward for this AMA. That's why I told Uvia that I'll be handling this AMA with you guys.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much for coming in. So before we go down to the details of The Neighbors, here at Playground Zero, would like to start by getting to know a bit about the speaker first. So we've read that you're someone who's been around the industry for a good 5 years at least, right? So maybe you can share with us first how you started going into NFT and the metaverse in general.
Okay. Well, actually, being with an NFT, starting with the NFT project, it's like a coincidence. It didn't I didn't have it planned. I didn't have it in mind. It's just that um one of my friends, she's doing cryptocurrency, and she told me that I wanted to do blockchain, and I was like, okay, let's start. I want to do blockchain as well. And then we tried joining a couple of projects initially in the Philippines,
Mhm.
and then my career actually with crypto and blockchain as well as web3 um flourished when 2020 came, because that's when I had a chance to go full time with projects like um, NFT games, and also the crypto mining things. So I had this one project that started it all with play to earn, and
Mhm.
this one project actually is related to NFT cosmetics being input in the game, and that's how my career started. And then I landed to neighbors. Initially, they were in passive income, and then we just shifted to play to earn right now, simply because of my influence as well. So I think that's how I came to this position right now.
We all have our very unique or weird ways of being introduced into the metaverse. I, for one, just also came in very, very recently. And I was introduced to the metaverse with my friends, and I went into NFT gaming as well. But for you, I mean, you came in, started from another product, and now you have a major role to play with a game as big such as The Neighbors. For us here at Playground Zero, we actually have a variety of people in the audience. Some are quite new. They're relatively new and may have not yet heard about the neighbors, but some already have heard of the neighbors or are very interested on the product development. I guess now, Mika, is a perfect time for you to discuss briefly what the neighbors is all about.
Well, the neighbors actually started as a passive income NFT or crypto or NFT project. The thing about passive income is that you will just buy a product or an NFT from us, and it will have an income generating feature wherein you don't have to do anything. Just buy it and let it stay there. It's just that when the bear market came, we saw that the passive income part as well as the ABAX is not really doing good. So we started to make our initial plan of moving the neighbors into play to earn immediately. So instead of having it like next year, because we intend to have it in VR and
Mhm.
release to everyone immediately by late quarter 3 next year. But we have to move fast so that our investors won't really lose anything. And
Mhm.
then right now we are in a play to earn, and the neighbors actually the goal of the play to earn is to bridge the players and
Mhm.
also the investors into one community, and also have the players enjoy the game, because we all know that when you go to play to earn, most of the play to earn games, I'm not saying everyone or every play to earn, I'm
Yeah.
just saying some of them, they lose the fun part. It's more of the
Right.
earning. So as a player, I'm also a player. As a player, I'll be like, okay, it's just my common day job that I'm doing
Mhm.
instead of having fun. So we don't want to lose the fun part. That's why we wanted to put the neighbors in the metaverse so you can do everything you want. And also, we are in a DAO system wherein the players can um can suggest us anything they want to put in the game, and we will put it inside the game
Right.
itself.
Mhm. So that means it's community driven, right? Because
Yes, it's community driven.
is there like a one liner, like a quick way where you could describe what the games are now, what the games are looking at now for the neighbors, like something that you could compare it with or touch base it with.
Oh, I see. Actually, it's more like Sims. When you enter the game, you'll see like it's like Sims, wherein you can build your house, you can fix the furnitures, you can do business. It has
Mhm.
seasons, and
Right.
then at some point you'll realize, oh my God, it's like Stardew Valley. If you guys are playing Stardew Valley, because you can do farming, you can plant, and this crops actually it's in very essential in the ecosystem, because these products will be delivered to the businesses, and the businesses will deliver it to the players. So that's how the ecosystem works. And then you'll realize that it's also like GTA because of the graphics and the freedom for you to do everything.
Right.
It's just that you don't need to kill people there. In GTA you can kill animals, but we don't like that. We're PG-13, so we
Right, right.
cannot.
So you're telling us now that we could be like business owners in the game. We could be farmers, or if you say GTA, then we can drive cars, right?
Yes, you can drive cars, you can drive helicopters, you can drive your own yacht, and you can drive your own ship if you want to.
A yacht, right? It's like you can live like an outer life in that virtual real estate
Exactly.
that the game could offer. Right.
Exactly.
So we all know it's NFT gaming is new and it's thriving, and the competition is quite tough because there's always another product or service being developed and introduced. Let's talk about innovations. Is there anything that you feel sets the neighbors apart from other NFTs or P2A games, especially those that are doing virtual real estate already at this point?
Okay. I think one of the main things would be us going into Unreal Engine 5. Because even in the game industry, without the NFTs, it's there are only few games that's going in old Unreal Engine 5, because it's new, and
Mhm.
it's kind of hard right now because there's no video tutorials and stuff
Right.
like that. But our team is actually very good. Our dev team are actually very good at adapting, and they're now developing the game in Unreal Engine 5, and has the ability to be in mobile, because I
Mm.
saw like
Right.
some NFT projects, they're on PC and using Unreal Engine 5, because it's really hard to put something so good in PC, or I
Mhm.
mean in mobile, because you have to downgrade the graphics and everything. But as I can see with the progress of the game, the mobile of the dev team, I can say that that's one of our edge within the P2E community. Another thing would be because we are community driven, and we really want to put what the players want in the game. I think that's something that will help us develop and adapt immediately on the game. The game changes, especially in the NFT part. So I think those two are our main engine.
Mhm. It got interesting when you said that it might go into mobile, but I
It
will
is.
not jump the gun because I know we will be discussing about roadmaps and what's in store for the next few weeks or months. So I'll
Mhm.
just backpedal a bit and we can go back to that discussion later on. Because I know that some of the attendees are quite interested already in getting started with the neighbors. If I want to start playing, what are the requirements so I could get on it?
Well, right now, since we're still in in a demo phase, so that means we started the initial demo. I think that's 2 weeks ago. So the initial demo will give you an access to how the game will look like in mobile.
Mhm.
So if you really want to play the game during the alpha phase, which would be probably next year, late quarter two or early quarter three, you would need to have an asset or like a property inside the game or a golden license. So
Mhm.
because the alpha phase is actually the earning phase, start of the earning phase within the metaverse.
Mhm.
So that's one thing. Another thing is you have to have a mobile phone. So
Right.
actually, the reason why we started the initial demo early is because we want to see if um the game will work on all the phones. So every update, our community will know every features that's the change in the mobile during the development phase. The community will know, and they will check. There'll be like our own QA team who will check and see if the game is working. So that once we are in the alpha phase, it's much smoother for everyone.
Mhm. Okay. Um, Maybe we could also talk about the tokens now, because
Mhm.
usually in each AMA, the token is always in question. So let's get ahead from potential queries and discuss now if there are like cases, fundamentals, and the benefits that we earn if we earn or acquire a neighbor's token.
Okay. Actually, for the token, it has a lot of utility, not just for exchanging the real life money, but also in game utility. Like, you need to have tokens to buy food in the game, which
Mhm.
is essential for you to regain stamina. And you have to regain stamina because you have to do the task, which will earn you tokens as well. So it also the tokens will also be once we release our marketplace, the tokens would be the currency that we will use for purchasing items instead of real life money. And also the tokens would be um the ones that will be used in the trading and staking because we're planning on having staking soon. So it's part of the roadmap. So um only in the neighbor token we'd have that utility. Everything that you do in the game, you will need the neighbor token. And more information about that actually will be coming up in the next 1 to 2 weeks. Because the guys our tokenomic guy is actually adding more features in the token so that it would be sustainable for the players and for the ecosystem.
So it really is like very progressive. Like there are a lot of updates coming in each week leading to the next phase of the product. Because I've been seeing a lot of news about the neighbors already. In
Eh,
fact, very recently I've heard that you made a shift from Avalanche to Ethereum blockchain for your token and in-game ecosystem. Maybe you could discuss the major factors behind this change.
Okay, actually, there's only one, no, two reasons why we decided to do that. Okay, the first one would be because Ethereum is much known than AVAX. I remember when we had the meeting with one of the guilds prior to merging into Ethereum. I told them that we're gonna use AVAX for the network. And then they were like, "What is AVAX?" And I was like, "Oh no, okay, some people don't know AVAX because let's admit it, AVAX is not really popular. It's more on USDT, Ethereum, Bitcoin. Those are the popular ones. So we really need to merge into something that's known to the gamers." because we don't want them to do another research for the currency because they're gonna still
Mhm.
do research for the game and then they're gonna do research for the currency. So it's not really necessary. So we adjust and move to Ethereum. Another thing is that the AVAX is currently not stable. It's not a stable um currency right now in crypto, and a lot of our previous investors saw that it's not really gonna do good for the next few years, even if the bear market ended. So they also suggest that it's better if we move in ETH rather than
Mhm.
stay in AVAX, just for the sake of sustainability.
Okay. No shade, of course, to AVAX, but
Yeah.
we get the point about the popularity of ETH as well. Uh, we've also mentioned, we already spoke a bit about the game, like acquiring properties, being a businessman or farmer, because it's an open world life simulation game. Are there other games being developed within the ecosystem at the moment?
Well, actually, it's just the neighbors game, but we are partnering with other play to earn games.
Oh, okay.
Like for example, Coin Racer is one of our partners. They're a car racing NFT. So what we did agreed is that they will have an arena inside the game
Mm.
wherein they can conduct their racing events. And our players can also join those events and earn a different token from their game. So it's like when you finish your task in the neighbors, you can go to those events and join those P2E events for free. And then if you want, you can like earn tokens as well on their game. So it's more like we're bridging a lot of partnership P2E games, putting them inside our game and having them, do their events there so that our players will have not just another source of income, but also another way to enjoy the game. Because if it's just the neighbor's game, of course, at some point you'll
Right, right.
be, yeah. So that's why.
It has to be a bit more interactive and like you're
Yes.
introducing innovations or new things to do for them, like once in a
Yeah.
while. Right. Um, can I also just ask, just to clarify, we can trade items within the marketplace, right? Like if
Yes.
I buy a furniture and I decide to design it, so that's another unique NFT that I created by designing the furniture that I bought in game. I could resell that in the marketplace.
Yes, actually, that's something that we intend to have once we are in public launch. The marketplace would be also a trading center for creators. So basically, if you are a music creator and you want to sell your music in the metaverse, you can actually do that. Create your own, upload it in the metaverse, upload it in the market, and sell it to other people or other players. You can also design, like you said, design your own NFTs or design your
Mm.
own furniture and then sell it in the marketplace. So it's really like anything you wanted to do, but that's for the future.
Mm-hmm. That sounds very promising. But now that we're talking about the future plans, maybe very briefly go over the roadmap of the neighbors and where exactly are we standing on right now?
For the roadmap, actually, it's gonna be released. I think this would be released this week or early next week. But let me just probably give a brief rundown. We are actually in the demo phase. The demo phase is the first stage of our game. We're in. We are having our community check the game through the mobile device and let them know that this is the progress and tell us what you want to see. Because once we move from the second phase, which would be the alpha phase, it would be difficult for us to do certain changes. Um, Especially we want it to be smooth and we want to start the earning capabilities of the game. So right now we're doing that in the demo phase, and also the migration is in this phase as well, wherein we are gonna migrate from AVAX to Ethereum, and also check the other possibility of other networks, like for example USDT, because we wanted to do cross chain network for players to have an easy transaction as well, since we all know that Ethereum has a high gas fee. So that's one thing. Um, for the future plans, actually, the last part of our plan would be my when we are in public launch is migrating or putting our game into virtual reality, because initially the goal was to have our investors in passive income to experience their properties in VR. So
Mhm.
we were supposed to do the VR. Um, I think that was quarter 2 next year. But since we have to move to play to earn, we moved that for future plans. So probably since we intend to do the public launch Q4 next year, it's gonna be Q1 2024 that we're gonna move on VR. So that's like the last part of the game. And then the other parts would be more on improvement and adapting on the changes in the NFT world.
Um, I think some of our attendees are also quite curious how it looks like. And I know we're not doing a demo today, right? But in case you guys are interested, the demo is available at the neighbors.io, if I'm not mistaken. We
Oh,
can have a
it's
look at
actually,
how.
yeah, sorry. It's actually available in the server. If they go in the server, because the one in neighbors.io is actually the web version, which
Mhm.
is not in Unreal Engine 5 yet. We have one in the server that's in mobile version. They just need to download the Android app in the drive, and then it will take them to the game, which is already in Unreal Engine 5. And gonna do an update, because we're gonna update that. I think next week the update will be coming in, because the update will be composed of the voice chat, the text chat, also the other running mechanism, and also the warping mechanism will be involved, as well as driving the car. So those things.
Okay, mental note, we'll go to the server, the neighbor server, and download the Android app from the
Yeah.
server. All right.
Yes.
Okay, we'll do that after the EME.
Sure.
Okay, let's talk about probably noteworthy challenges and lessons learned, because we all know that when we're working on something as big or building a project like the neighbors, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. So definitely there were challenges along the way and certain things that you had to do to address these. Could you share that with the EMA session now?
Okay. It's
It's
like
quite a lot.
exposing us, yeah. It's like exposing our darkest secret. But well, everyone had really huge problems when bear market came in, and I cannot deny that our project had the same issues, especially around May. Um, Simply because most of the investors in P2E, they started to get scared, and they started to um you know be like be very scared, to the point that they're doing fun and they think that we dropped the project, etc. There's a lot of things actually, but we've learned that being open to the community on what's going on and being adaptable on the changes that's happening around you would make you survive in this kind of industry. That's why we're still here, to be honest. And the most important part is that you listen to what the community suggests, because the community is the investors. The community has a lot of ideas as well that, of course, the team cannot think about, and it's really important that you hear others' opinions so that you can devise a better plan that will help you survive those struggles, those things. That's why we open the game, the P2E game, as a community driven game, because that's how we go or we get back or appreciate our community's efforts in making our game successful and making the game possible for everyone.
Right. And which is why you also had a change in the model, and now you're doing a mobile version as well, right? Because
Exactly.
it's a product of listening to what the community has to say and adjusting to the environment in general, because the environment required for that, for you to be able to thrive. And this is why the Neighbors is still around, and in fact remains to be a very interesting and promising game that we will be looking forward to in the next phases of the project. Okay,
Yes.
I know that we have an announcement later on about the golden sale, but we'll not go there yet. We will be having the Q&A session in a bit. But before that, can I just ask if you could give us one reason and why we should be buying and owning the NFTs over at the Neighbors?
AMA that I attend, actually, I just tell them that, it's really up to the investors to or the players to judge, because I, for one, is also an NFT game investor, and I don't want to waste my money on games that won't give me any value, right? Especially right now that it's in the bear market. So that's why we started the demo first before we do the sale, because we want the people to see. So for everyone here, I think it's better that you check the mobile game first, and then check the Medium articles that's already released explaining the game, and watch out for other news about the game, and then you decide if you're gonna invest or not. Because seriously, we're community driven. That's why it's up to our players or our community if they would really want to buy or test it first before they do the investment.
We appreciate that very honest answer and advice for the audience. So again, guys, we repeat, if you want to try the mobile version, head on to the server of the Neighbors and you can download the Android app there. So we wish you luck and we hope that the community will continue to grow in the next months.
Thank
A-
you.
And with that said, I know that some of our attendees have jotted down some questions from the discussion that we just had. So I have already a couple of questions here sent by our mod. So we have time for around 3 to 5 questions. So I'll start with the first question that I've been sent. Um, we already discussed about roadmaps and what it is like, what are we imagining for the Neighbors in the future. But is there a vision that the Neighbors has towards NFT gaming as a whole?
A vision. Actually, there is. There is, but I think this is vague for everyone, and this is something that all NFT games wanted. It's to bridge the gamers um into the play to earn, because
Right.
not there's a lot of traditional gamers who's really scared. I even have friends who are like, "Oh my God, you are into P2E game. You're gonna waste your money." Blah blah blah. I was like, okay. I understand their sentiments. They're scared because when you heard the word NFT or crypto, it's investing money that won't earn you back anything. That's the thing that they're thinking. But
Mhm.
then when you think about it, when you're a gamer, you spend a lot of money on skins. I'm playing
Precisely.
League of Legends, exactly, right? I'm playing League of Legends, and I'm spending like a lot of money on skins. So it's like, but those skins doesn't give you anything back. It doesn't earn you money back. It doesn't give you your money back. It's just skins that you want to see. So it when you go to play to earn games, it's like you buy those skins because they look pretty, and then at the same time it will give you back the money. So we want the traditional gamers to understand that. And another thing is that that's the main reason why we want the game to be more fun, rather than, well, we're focusing still on the earning part, but we wanted it to be more fun and engaging,
Mhm.
rather than a repetitive game, because we want to pull those traditional gamers inside the NFT game. Because we want it to be sustainable in the point that playing the game doesn't just make you earn, but it is also fun for you. It is also
Right.
something that you do because it's fun and not because you have to, because it's gonna give you money. So that's the thing. That's the vision.
I was laughing a lot when you said that when you're a traditional gamer and you spend money on skins. Because I do that too. I play FPS games and I spend money on skins. And it's true that it's not even something that you can earn from. And in fact, the value of the account depreciates over time. But with P2E games, you can earn based on what you buy. And in fact, it's very interesting now that you're doing it in mobile because we've all tried playing Sims probably when we were younger or even when we were in university. But now that there's a mobile version, that you're developing a mobile version that we can earn from while having fun, then probably that's something that's rewarding and exciting enough to bridge traditional gamers into P2E and crypto gaming. So we really look forward to the developments that you will be having in the next months.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll proceed to the next question. There are three more questions sent to me in the chat. Um, okay, this one is quite the other questions we've already somehow discussed. This one is quite interesting. How will the neighbors compete with other existing popular blockchain games like the Sandbox?
Oh, we actually don't intend to compete with them. To be honest, we actually want to partner with them. That's actually one of the goals. We want to build a community for gamers wherein even these games like Sandbox and the Decentraland, we can have a cross event games and bring their community in and also bring our community in their game, because again, we want it to be fun and we want it to be sustainable. And if it's just our game that's in the metaverse, it's not going to be fun because it's going to be repetitive even if we put a lot of events. So having them as our partners, having other people as our partners is something that will be, I think that will be different because most of the P2E really compete to each other and they don't want their other games inside their game. But I think that is one of the things that I can say that, you know with the competition and stuff. But again, we don't want to compete with them. We want to be partners with them instead. So that's one.
Okay, that's a very nice way to put it because people are always trying to pit one project against another. But at the same time, we could work together as a community, which I think would have more appeal and a bigger impact because instead of a very tight competition, we are now doing collaborative work that could somehow lead to even bigger and more sustainable projects in the future, right?
Exactly.
Okay. I think we already discussed some of the questions that I have from the chat. So I guess it's time that we could proceed to the next part, which is the discussion on the golden sale. Because this is the big announcement that we have for this AMA, and we heard a lot about the golden sale already. I've recently joined the Neighbors Discord, by the way, so I have read a bit about this. So maybe you could share now to our audience here at Playground Zero what the golden sale is about.
Well, actually, the golden sale is our initial sale for our businesses and assets. Because before we did a lot of sale in the passive income, those sales were actually successful, but those sales are properties, technically houses, mansions, condo units, and also family houses. So once the metaverse started, we're gonna already have those houses. But
Mm-hmm.
in this sale, which is the golden sale that is divided into five five sales, we're gonna have businesses, farms, the time warp band, and also the golden license as
Mm-hmm.
part of the sale. So the farm and the businesses would be included in our um, private sale that will happen on the uh, 29th 2 p.m. ET. But that, I think
Oh,
that will be
that's
30th.
tomorrow?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. That
Okay, tomorrow.
29 CP. Hold
Okay.
on. Because if your time zone is in the Philippines, that's gonna be 30 at 2 a.m.
Okay. Okay.
30 at 2 a.m. So in that private sale, actually, we're gonna release our exclusive ultra rare properties or businesses and farms that will be once in a lifetime because we won't be selling them again in
Okay.
our public sale. Um, and then we will also have like different packages for the sale. I think this was also, I think I'll have Uvia share it to you guys, but we have
Mhm.
packages for people who would be attending that private sale, discounts, and as well as for those who like buy, I think, 1,000 worth of um of assets during that sale, they will have a free meta donut business.
Mhm.
So
Must be.
we can have a lot of perks on the private sale. And going back to the golden sale, again, it's actually divided into five because we intend to release only 40,000 assets. That means 40,000 worth of, or 40,000 businesses, for farms, golden license, and time warp bands. That would be around for like until the fifth sale. And then we won't be having any more sale until we reach like 150K users during the beta. The
Mhm.
reason for that is because since we want the economy to be sustainable and businesses and farms cannot to be like more than, I think, more than 1,500, because if it's more than 1,500, there's not the ecosystem won't be sustainable. That's why we need to wait for 150K users before we do another sale. So that's how the golden sale will work.
Mhm. We really appreciate the transparency that you're sharing with us today. And in fact, I think it's a privilege that we are here in the AMA because now we're hearing these details. Probably if you're hearing me type some things now, I'm actually taking notes. like if some of our audience or attendees now are interested in attending the private sale, they just need to get onto the Discord server, right?
They need to be whitelisted as well because our whitelist is starting to get full. We will, because for the private resale right now, we have only 4,320 assets that would be sold or that will be on sale during that time. And I think our list is starting to be full. So I really have to have that whitelist from your giveaway today.
Okay. Okay. We're looking forward and we really hope that luck is on our side because
Yes.
we have a couple of prizes, the whitelist plus the meta donut. We're giving that away tonight. So we have a good number of attendees. So cross your fingers and let's hope that we get that on later. Okay. I think we've covered the golden sale. Is there anything else that you would like to add about the private pre-selling that we'll be doing? Or have
Well,
you covered?
think I think we've covered everything. Probably, guys, if you really want to join the private pre-sale, before you join, I highly suggest that you check our Medium article so you would know the function and the revenue that you would have before the assets, before getting the actual asset. We actually always tell our investors to do our research on how it would work, not just because we want them to read a
Mhm.
long paragraph or something, because it's really important that you know where you're putting your money. That's the
Right.
thing. We're not just here to get your money. We're here to help you gain your money again. That's why we need you to read the article so you would know where you are investing.
Mhm. Are there other resources or materials that we could browse on, or do we find everything on the website as well? Or maybe you
Um,
have instructional videos or other vlogs
actually,
that's going on.
we have the Medium article. I think I can have it shared by one of our team members, but
Mhm.
it's always posted in our Discord server. So the recent one, I'll probably just drop it on your general chat if that's okay.
I think that's all right. Yeah. I
Oh,
think we'd appreciate if you could also browse through.
because this article actually is um the recent one that discuss about the golden sale and the properties.
Mhm.
Okay, that will be available on the golden sale. So you guys can check it out. And there's another article coming telling the ROI of every properties and also the benefits on um the other assets that you will have in the sale. So yeah, I think the, that can cover the golden sale part.
Okay, I think someone already sent the info in the general chat, so you guys can check it out later. It's with that said, we've covered a lot from the background to the functions, the game itself, as well as the roadmap. And I think that's already the end of the discussion for tonight. But it's been very lively and interesting as well. Thank you very much, Mika, for sharing your time here with us at the PGC community. Our neighbors from the neighbors. Thank you very much for coming in. It's a privilege for us to be able to talk to you about this game that you developed, and you guys are very passionate about it as well. It's quite amazing to watch, and really look forward to the developments that we'll be having in the next weeks or months as we go on to the next phases of the program. All
Thank you,
right.
Boo. Thank you. Thank you guys for having us here.
Thank you as well to everyone for joining us, for sending the questions, and also for inviting friends over. We truly appreciate the community for never missing out on these AMAs. And as promised, we will be doing more AMAs in the next month. So please stick around and look forward to that, because we'll be having very good discussions as well with others from the community. And as always, rewards await some of our lucky attendees. So I mentioned earlier we have 50 whitelists from PGC and 2 Meta Donuts from the neighbors. So we will be announcing the winners tomorrow here on Discord as well. So if you're the chosen one, do not forget to send in your ETH wallet and your email address to our mod, and they will take care of the rest. So we wish you luck, and we hope we see you again in the next AMAs in the next weeks. So this very productive AMA will be uploaded on our social media channels. So in case you missed out on the first part, or you would like to review the discussions, you can check out the links sent by our mod in the next few hours or so. So I guess that's it. Thank you very much, Mika, the neighbors, and the PGC community. It's been fun. And we
Thank
really look
you.
forward to seeing you around.
Thank
All right.
you. Looking forward to see you guys around too. Bye.
Bye. Thank you. This is the AMA session here on Playground Zero and the Neighbors. For now, we say goodbye and have a great day.